I recently had the opportunity to give a presentation dealing with how AI can be specifically used to help instructors, teachers, professors at all levels help them to deal with students that have special needs. How can we use AI to assist us with addressing the different needs that come with different students that have special needs? So this is a presentation that I put together that helps to address all of these different aspects. And you'll see that there's quite a lot that AI can really help us with in order to enhance the educational experience for everyone involved. So the very first one here, we're talking about how AI can assist the faculty in learning about specific needs, right? So specific needs, the special needs of the students. I, as an instructor, I might not know all of the different special needs, so I need some assistance. And this is where the AI can really help. We can ask it general information. So here's a prompt. I can ask the AI, please assume the role of an academic with an advanced degree in special education. Explain what sensory processing disorder SPD is. I am a high school chemistry teacher and will be teaching a student with this condition. Please explain it to me so that I understand and can better teach this student. And sure enough, if we feed that into an AI such as ChatGPT, we get a really great result. It tells us the key characteristics of SPD, all of the different aspects associated with it, and really helps us to understand what this is. Next, we can ask it about specific information, right? We can go even further with having the AI assist us. So I can give it a prompt such as, please assume the role of an academic with an advanced degree in special education. I have a student in my biology course with sensory processing disorder. We will be dissecting a frog in class in a couple of weeks, and I want to be sure that my student can succeed with this. What recommendations do you have? We can feed this into an AI such as ChatGPT, and it'll give us really great answers, really useful information that can help us to ensure that this student will have a successful educational experience. It's telling us about preparing the student in advance, having some alternatives, minimizing the overwhelming sensory input, and then also different things such as, well, what does that mean? Smells, visuals. Again, really useful information that can help me to ensure that that student will succeed. Another way that we can use the power of AI is by helping us to adjust the cognitive level of the learning content. So I can go in and use a prompt such as, please assume the role of a university chemistry professor. Create a version of the text that I will give you so that it is at a high school level. I have multiple students that are having problems understanding the course content at a university level. Be sure to simplify the vocabulary, shorten the sentences, clarify concepts, and use relatable examples and analogies to explain difficult ideas. Sure enough, we get really great information back. Now, in this case, I am using another AI because I want to ensure that you understand that different AIs can do different things. And sometimes you might want to use different AIs to see different results. So in this case, I'm using Claude, which is an AI that's been developed by Anthropic. I'll go in and I'll pose that, and then it says, I understand as a university chemistry professor, I'll be happy to help you create a high school level version of the text you provide. And now I simply just upload my text. So in this case, I'm uploading my thermodynamics class. Again, this is one that I just created. And I put it in there. These are all my lecture notes for the class. I give it to the AI, and then from there, it can take that, extrapolate the information, and then create another version that is at a different cognitive level. So now all the information is changed from its original to something that's more simple, that's easier to understand, that has examples, that has analogies that will resonate with the students so that they can better comprehend the information. So here's an example of the original text. You can see how it's describing it, and now the adjusted text. So you can see how it's shorter, it's simplified, less complicated words. The examples are, again, simple and easy to understand. So this is the power. And we can go even further. We can manipulate the cognitive level to go further down or even bring it back up. So there's lots of different possibilities here. Another great way that we can use the AI is by having it personalize the actual learning content. So by this, we can use a prompt such as, Please act as a high school math teacher. Create three different example word problems dealing with the Pythagorean theorem. One that deals with cricket, one that deals with soccer, and one that deals with fashion. Some of my students are having difficulty with this math concept, so I want to give them an example that is more personal and relevant to them. Do you understand? Again, I'm posing this to the AI. I'm asking it for help so that I can personalize the information. I can make it so that it's very direct to the student. This will aid in ensuring that it's more motivational, that it's more interesting to the student, and that it can really help the student focus and understand the content. So in this case, it said, sure, absolutely. And now, once again, I'm using another AI. I decided to use Gemini as this example. And you can see it created different examples for me. One for cricket, one for soccer, one for fashion. Again, different possibilities. I could have it do multiple ones. This is just a quick example here. Another really, really impressive and powerful way that we can use AI to help students with special needs is by having it create content in multimodalities. So what this means is that now I can use the AI to help me when I create content. I might have my lesson plan, but now I want to make more visuals. I want to make more media so that they can better understand this. I can use many different types of image creation software that's out there, right? There's many different AIs that will help you to make actual images. The one that I generally recommend is simply Microsoft Bing. Has a very easy and simple interface. You just type in what you want and it will give it to you. It doesn't have a whole bunch of different options. You simply put in the prompt that you want and you get the image. Now you can use more advanced ones. There's an example here of Night Cafe. That's actually just a website and it uses a bunch of different AIs to help you create images. Again, lots of different features, lots of different ways that you can create images. Same thing with Chrome AI, lots of different features, lots of different levers that you can adjust to adjust how the image actually comes out. But I enjoy simply using a very simple interface with Microsoft Bing. All the images that you see within this presentation were created using this system. The added power with using AI to create your images is that now I can make them very specific to my presentation. I can make it so that, hey, I want my images, I want the people in my images to look in a certain way, right? Whether that's a certain ethnicity, a certain color, a certain age, males, females, whatever, you get to decide. This is really powerful because now if I choose to, for different situations, I can have my images look like my students. That is very empowering. That is very motivational. That can really help students to gain focus. That can really inspire the student to pay attention and to learn the content because they see themselves in the actual instruction. So that's a really powerful thing that comes from using AI in this way. Additionally, we can create audio as well. Many different ways to use AI to create audio. One way is by bringing in your content into something like Notebook LM. So this is from Google. Notebook LM is an AI, and what it does is you go in and you upload a source. So in this case, I uploaded a lesson plan dealing with Jamaican citizenship. What it does is it summarizes the information. It also lets me ask questions where I, as the instructor, I can go in and ask questions to help me with the lesson plan. But in this case, what I want is I want some additional media. So what I can do is I can click this option here with audio review, and now this will generate an actual podcast of the content that I uploaded. So let's listen to this.
Ready to explore what it really means to be a citizen of a country. You might think it's straightforward, but trust me, it can get surprisingly complex.
Oh, absolutely.
We're about to take a deep dive into Jamaican citizenship, and you might be surprised at what we uncover along the way.
It's fascinating how much we often take for granted about something like citizenship, right?
Exactly.
Then a final way that AI can really help us with creating different types of media is that it can actually help us to make video. So now with the newest technologies, you have text to video. So you could actually use the AI to create different types of video to help you with demonstrating certain concepts, to motivate students, to help them, again, gain focus. Lots of different possibilities here, lots of different ways that now you are empowered to use AI simply through the use of text to create video. This is something that's pretty new and will continue to develop very rapidly as AI continues to evolve. Another really cool way that we can use AI is to quickly and easily create specific scaffolding. So if any of our students have special needs associated with helping them to learn, we can create scaffolding specifically for them to address any type of shortfall that they might have in comprehension. One example here would be dealing with practice quizzes, simulations, many more. Here's an example prompt. Please assume the role of a university lecturer teaching a writing course. Create a 5-question quiz with a mix of short answer, true, false, and multiple choice, dealing with components of a well-written paragraph. I have a student in my freshman seminar class who needs help with these aspects in order to be able to write better paragraphs. Additionally, provide an answer key at the very end after the questions. Do you understand? The results, I fed this into ChatGPT and it gives me an excellent quiz dealing with the components of a well-written paragraph. Here I have a multiple choice question, true, false, short answer, multiple choice again, all dealing with different aspects of how to write a paragraph. So I could create this for an individual student. I could create this for the class, but even for a specific student, I could create a specific quiz, a specific, a different scaffolding to help them specifically. And that's the power here is that it can be specific to one individual. Why? Because this only takes a few seconds to generate. It only takes a few seconds to put together. And at the very end, it gives me the answer key. So now I can use this to check to make sure that this is correct. And then later on, when I want to grade it, I can easily grade it because not only do I have the questions, but I also have the answers. Another really big one here is in using AI as a simulation. This is powerful because now we can help students practice and rehearse any type of situation that they might be in because the AI itself can function as a simulation and can help them with whatever they need to go through. So here's an example prompt. Assume the role of a real-life professional marketing executive with 10 years of experience working at Hallmark Digital Technologies in Kingston, Jamaica, whom I will be interviewing in order to gain a better understanding of this person's specific experience and this professional industry as a whole. Let me ask questions and then you answer and I reply so that I can practice my interviewing skills. Please respond as if in a personal conversation and avoid expressing lists. After you answer 5 questions, give me usable feedback on how well I conducted the interview, active listening, follow-up questions, etc., and what I can do to improve. So with this, I can go in and here's an example. It says, sure, I can do that. And then it goes in and expresses, hey, this is who I am. I got my bachelor's degree in marketing and communications from the University of the West Indies, Mona campus. During my time there, I was able to gain a solid foundation. So it goes into a backstory. It created this on its own, but it's creating a backstory for the person, again, to make it more realistic. And then now I can go in and start to ask questions. So I can go in and pose it whatever I want in order to practice this. The real power here is that when I'm done with the practice questions, the interviewing skills that I'm trying to develop, then I can get feedback. So now it'll go through and give me some specific feedback on things that I did well, some things that I can improve upon. So that's really powerful because now I can learn by going through this. So that was an example of using the AI via the text method, right? So I can conduct an interview via text. So I could pose questions, follow up, and that will help me with my capabilities as far as interviewing skills. But that's just one technique. That's one modality. Now, thanks to the power of AI, now we have additional modalities. So the additional modality that I want to show you here is that I can actually use the power of voice with my AI. So I'm going to go through an interview process just like I did there with text, but now I'm going to do it purely with voice and see the difference. Hello, ChatGPT, are you there?
Hello, I'm here. What's on your mind today?
Yeah, I want to practice actually going through and doing a live interview with someone. So I want you to assume the role of a marketing executive in Jamaica. And I'm going to be asking you some questions because I need to practice my interviewing skills. I'm going to be interviewing this individual in the future in real life. So I'd really like some practice so that I can ensure that I can do this well. So after I'm done interviewing you, I'd like you to give me feedback dealing with my active listening capabilities, my interviewing technique, follow up, all those different things associated with giving a good interview.
Sounds like a plan. I'm ready to be your marketing executive from Jamaica. Go ahead with your first question when you're ready.
Okay, thank you. So I really appreciate you taking the time to let me conduct this interview with you. I'm very excited about this field, so I really want to gain some insights from you. My first question deals with your background. Can you tell me a little bit about your educational background, where you went to university, and how that experience was for you?
Certainly. I attended the University of the West Indies, where I majored in marketing and minored in digital media. My time there was invaluable, providing a solid foundation in traditional marketing principles while also allowing me to explore the emerging digital landscape. I was actively involved in student groups, which helped me apply classroom theories to real world scenarios. This experience was instrumental in shaping my approach to marketing in Jamaica and beyond.
Wow, that's really interesting. And that's really an important point because I've been taking a lot of classes and I wasn't sure if I should join different clubs and organizations. But now hearing that from you, I'll definitely partake in those things. My next question here deals with, and this is kind of a follow-up dealing with that. I've been hearing a lot about AI and how that's important in marketing. So should I look for those type of courses and ensure that I'm learning about that as I'm attending the university?
Absolutely. Exploring AI in your studies is a smart move. AI is revolutionizing marketing, from personalized customer experiences to predictive analytics. Having AI knowledge will give you a competitive edge in the job market. You don't need to be an expert, but understanding how AI tools can be applied in marketing will be very beneficial. Consider taking courses or even attending workshops or webinars on the topic. It's definitely worth your time.
Excellent. Well, I really appreciate your time in this interview. Thank you so much. And I've gained a lot, and I think this has really helped me. Thank you. Goodbye.
It was my pleasure. I'm glad I could help. Best of luck with your real interview, and feel free to reach out if you need more practice. Goodbye.
Okay, at this point, can you go ahead and give me some feedback?
Of course, you did a fantastic job. You started with a warm introduction, which set a positive tone. Your questions were clear and relevant, showing you had done your homework. You also used affirmations like, "That's really interesting," which showed active listening. One area to enhance might be digging deeper with follow up questions to explore responses further. Overall, you kept a good flow and made the interviewee feel comfortable, which is key. Great job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that is really powerful because it really enhances the process. Using the power of voice adds an additional layer of emotional connection with that process. So now I really have an added sense of practice, right? I gained this experience. It's one thing to do it via text, it's another to do it via voice. And then now I'm that much more prepared for when I do it in real life, face to face. And that's what we're talking about, being able to help a student with scaffolding at an initial level, very low stress, maybe a slightly higher level like voice, where there's a little bit more stress because we have emotional connection via voice. It's much more realistic. And then finally, something very realistic like actually going out there and doing it face to face. So again, the power here of voice, of using AI in this way is that it can really help us with really structuring things, getting that scaffolding to really help students at all levels in many different ways. The real beauty of this is that basically this is one-on-one attention, right? This is something that we strive for because lots of times we don't have time for individual students because we have too many students or there just isn't time. So now this is really powerful because now we can give students one-on-one attention by having them use the AI. And again, this can be practice. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing. They can practice on this multiple times, and then now they do it for real in class and out of class assignment, whatever, and then we can work with them. So this can be an aspect of formative assessment as opposed to simply summative assessments. Another really, really powerful thing here dealing with AI is that all the things that I just mentioned are also aspects that the student can now do as well. They are now empowered because of all these different things that the AI can do. The student, if they learn how to use all the tools, all the different techniques that we just mentioned, they are now greatly empowered to take control of their learning, to enhance their capabilities, to recognize and realize when they have issues, when they have problems in class. Yes, they should always go to the professor for assistance, but what if the professor, the instructor, the teacher isn't available? Now they can really maximize the agency because they are in control. They can always go to the AI and say, hey, I just learned about this concept in class, but I didn't understand it. Please teach it to me at a simpler level. Please give me different examples. Please provide additional analogies to help me understand. Now, as a student, I can do that on my own. I'm in control of my learning. I can get assistance with different homework. Hey, there's a test coming up. Hey, AI, help me to practice for this test. Help me to understand the material better. I just finished doing a reading. I can say, hey, AI, I just read about this concept dealing with this, this, and this. Let's have a discussion about it. Let's pretend that we're in class and you're my teacher and you're asking questions about this and let me answer and then give me feedback. Lots of possibilities here. Here's another example in that a new AI has come out. This is from Meta, where the AI is actually embedded in the smart glasses. So now this individual can simply wear glasses, and since it has AI, the blind person, the student with special needs, can simply use the AI and say, hey, what is it that I'm looking at? Hey, Meta, tell me what I'm looking at. And the AI will be able to use visual AI to understand what's in front of it and then give a description back to the person. This is really powerful. This is really a game changer because it enhances that person's capability. It enhances that person's personal freedom so they can do so much more. This is what the person actually stated that reviewed this. They said they are amazing for anyone who's blind or low vision because you can use Meta to describe anything that it sees. And there's a URL so you can see the actual video on your own. It's really powerful and engaging. And now you can see how, yeah, we're just enhancing that person's capability, but they need to be able to use it effectively. I hope that's helped you see that AI has so many different capabilities, so much power within it that it can help in so many different ways associated with helping students with special needs. There's lots of possibilities, lots of different ways. I've showed you a multiple of them, but AI continues to evolve, it continues to develop and enhance in its capabilities. So together we can find solutions. Together we can come up with the best ways to address different things. And that comes through our community of inquiry right here. So please like and share this video so that we can all learn from one another. I appreciate it. And remember that learning is for life.